Hello and welcome to another tutorials on this main channel, Unity Tutorials. Today I'll show you how to make a door interaction on Unity. So for this scene right here, I got a little scene set up right here. We got a player controller right here. If I go ahead and play, yep, we have a player controller that moves around and look around with a mouse, and that's basically it for our player controller. So for this, like I said before, to this tutorial, we're gonna make the door interactions on Unity. So if you want to have a door that you want to interact with a player by pressing E, then I can show how to do this on this video. So let's create some empty object. This is the first thing you want to do. So we can call this door, and we make another empty object called door hinge. This is like the hinge of the door, so we can actually move it right there. And this is like the model of the door, so we can call it. We just defaulted by cube. I don't know why I renamed that, but whatever. So we can reset it. Let's say 1.5 or maybe 2. There you go. We want to make sure that is on right position on the hinge. So if you take a look at it, yep, it's all good. To make this clear, we can just put a gizmo on it, so that'll make things easier. And the height, let's say 3 on the height. A little bit too tall actually. So 2x5 and 2 width, and the thickness is only 0x3. So you can name that out, and there we go. So there we go. Now we have a basic door. So let's run our game. And as you can see, there's no functions on the door, right? You can interact or anything because we can't. We haven't put anything on there. So that's where we're gonna aim for this video. So let's go to Window, Animation. Of course, we need the animation timeline because we want this thing to animate. What we want to do is add an animation to the actual door. We want that. We don't want to put it on the door hinge component. We don't want that. So that way we can have a full control on this door. So that way we can just go here without putting an animated component on here, and we can just do this. So another property. So we go in the door hinge, transform, and rotation, and that's basically it. And we rotate in. I'm holding control just to snap the rotation. So let's put that to 90 degrees. No, that's 105. So put that thing to 90, and we're gonna move this thing to make it faster. It's a little bit slow actually, so put that thing to 20. So Control A, Control Z to copy it, and then we create a new clip, door close, and paste that in by Control V. Hope you know that. We're gonna drag this we're gonna drag the first one to the end, and the end one to the first one. So now it's reversed. There you go. Now it's reversed and it's fine. It's all good now. It's all happy. Now we have an animator component. So let's go to animator window right here. A lot of people get confused on how to use this thing, but you'll eventually learn it. So that way it will not be confusing as it is. So we're gonna make a parameter which is called we're gonna make a bool parameter. So door toggle. That's a toggler. And we're gonna right click, create state of empty. So we want an empty state, and we want this to be the default state. And we're gonna make a transition to here, transition to here, and there. And that's basically it. That's the thing we need. So from this transition, we can just we can uncheck this exit time. So we don't want to have the animation fully played, and we want to short that thing down to have a quick transition. So we go here, and we're gonna add a condition, which is the door toggle. So the empty state, which doesn't have an animation, it will transition to the door opening when we toggle the parameter. And we go here when it's transition to the door close, then we can set that thing to false. And we go here and set that thing to true, because when it's closed, transition to the door opening, we want that to toggle. We want that thing to toggle to true. That's basically what I'm saying. So hope you understand it. And this is a very, very simple animation tree we just made. Okay, and I just burped. I threw up everywhere. Just kidding. Anyway, we're getting distracted. Anyway, now we want that thing to interact. So, but first, what we want to do is go to the actual the model of this door, which is the cube. We go to the layers, add a layer, and name it interactable. And we want to set that game object to interactable. I'll explain it later. So now we want some interactions on this thing. So before we do anything, we need to create a canvas. Send that thing to 2D. And I'm gonna turn on the light. Actually, it's kind of distracting. So on this canvas, we're gonna create a little crosshair. So it's a little big right now, so we want to scale that thing down, and holding Alt and then set the position to center, and automatically go to center. Very, very easy. Cut it small a little bit. There we go. And we want this thing, the alpha, a little bit transparent, and there you go. So that's gotta be like our little crosshair. We go to the cam point. We could have just go to the script folder and create a new C# script to make this easier. I want all my stuff organized. We're gonna name this interact. That's fine. So we add that thing. There we go. Also, yes, I have this open just to make the floor texture. You can be fancy all you want. If you want a floor, then that's fine. If you don't want a floor, then you can just fall forever. But seriously, you do need like a floor just to have your player walk around. Now, for this interaction script, we're gonna remove all that, and we're gonna start filling some stuff in here. So first we want to do is serialize field of float variable called ray distance. We're gonna use raycast, or like a raycast to interact things. So instead of using like triggers and stuff, that will be kind of annoying. So serialized field layer mask, just call it mask, and the raycast hit variable called hit. There you go. Now we want to oh, well, look, I opened the recorder. Yay. Now we want to grab this crosshair image. So we want to name this. So let's say crosshair. So there we go. We want to grab that thing to the script. So what we can do is game object crosshair. There we go. On the start function, we want to go crosshair equals game object dot find crosshair. Make sure we want to name it correctly, or else it's not gonna work. So basically, what it's doing is it's gonna find an object that have a name crosshair. That means it's here, right? So it's gonna grab that, and we can do whatever we want with it. So let's go to on the update function now. If you want to have a separate function, that's fine. Whatever. We will also, oh yeah, we need to put a bool variable on this called interacting, and I think that's what we need. So let's start filling up some stuff in the update function. So let's make a ray called ray equals new ray. Sounds confusing, I know. And we want to have this ray position to the cam point. So transform that position. The direction is transform that forward. And that's basically the components we need for the ray. Now let's go for interacting equals to physics dot raycast. Now this is gonna tell that this bool variable is whether it's interacting or not. So based on the raycast hitting something, so like that. So physics.raycast. So we're gonna fill, like, let's say, if I remember correctly, 4 components on this open and close parentheses. So ray out hit. Basically we're grabbing that raycast hit variable right there, and the float. And as you can see here, like, it's telling you what you need to fill. So max distance, which is it needs a float variable, so that's why we made that. and it needs a layer mask. It could be an int variable, but we made our own layer mask variable to make our life easier. So max distance, which is the ray distance. And now we want the layer mask, which is called mask on our variable on our variable right here. Guys, it's so confusing when I talk. You know it. You already know that, right? Now, oh yeah, I forgot. No, did not forgot. What am I talking about? We're gonna make like this like a simple if statement of interacting. So if interacting, crosshair that set active to true, and then else. So basically saying when the interacting is equal to false, then crosshair set active to false, and that's basically it. So that's basically our little code of we're interacting things. We can do this on the simple test by creating a 3D object right here. So let's say put that there and put a layer interactable. To have this work, you also need a box collider or some sort of collider to your game object. Otherwise, it won't work. It won't work. We have to set up some things in here. So now we have the interact script. So for the ray distance, let's say 3 the distance, and the mass is PP. Just kidding. No, that's just called processing in short. So we want to have the layer mask interactable. So that basically means it only interacts on that layer specifically. So if we run our game, what the hell? Oh yeah, just because I put on this on loop time. So if we go to this cube right here, and as you can see, that our little dot is appearing, and we don't look at it, isn't disappeared, appear, disappear, and so it goes on. So this is a little code that just makes the raycast interact on some objects. Specifically, obviously. So if we interact on the floor, there's no interaction. Even on the air, there's no interaction. Only on specific objects, like this door right here. So now we need some function on this door. It could be basically anything. Like you can go crazy, what interaction you want to be on some objects. Let's say on this door right here. So we're gonna have a door script right here. So we're gonna add this to our door model. Okay. We're gonna create a door script. So let's just name it door. We don't want to add this on the parent itself. We want to add it on the model instead because this model has a collider. So that only works when this thing has a collider on it. And this only works because this has the interactable layer. So we need to drag that in. And we're just going to start filling some stuff in here. Just to make things easier, let's just name it door. So a private variable of game object door. A bool variable called toggling. And that's, from what I remember, that's basically it. So we're going to make a public function on this. Door toggling. So what we're going to do here is toggling equals not toggling. So we can switch it to true or false. So yeah. And what we can do here is door dot get component animator set bool, and we want to look our name variable or name parameter called yes. It's called door toggle. So door toggle. You don't need to copy the same thing. You can just name it whatever. Door toggle to toggling based on that bool variable. And that's basically it. But before we do anything else, we go to the start function called, and we're gonna name this door. No. Equals game object dot find door. And to make things organized, we can name this door parent. So copy and paste that. So when it's already find this game object, then we can grab the animator component, which is right here. Very, very easy. So we can save that for now. Now we need to actually do the functioning. So if interacting, there we go. If interacting in and no, and input that get key down, key code.e if hit.collider. So we're checking if that hit collider hits to that object with a door script component and it's not equal to null. So basically saying when it has a door script on it. So that means we need to make a door variable called d. These nuts. And we can just copy and paste this. Sorry for the background noises. It's getting annoying now. From this code alone, basically, when we hit that game object with a door script, and what we're gonna do is grab that door script based on this variable right here. Now what we can do is d dot door toggling. The reason why it showed because it's on public, so basically it can be grabbed by on the script anywhere, and that's basically it. That's basically the interaction for the door. So if we did this right, then we're pretty much win-win. Yes. There we go. Now it's fully working. To add this little bonus, we can add some sounds in this thing. So what we can do is put an audio source component and oh, what the hell? Why is it on the thingy now? Oh yeah, we need to put this on the center. To make this easier, we're gonna put this on the gizmo. There we go. Now it's fully centered. There we go. And as you can see right here, if you go look at the grid, it's actually lined up perfectly. That's fantastic. Now we need to shorten this thing down. If you see that little dot, this is like the distance of the sound. So we want to short this thing down. We want this thing to be 3D. So we want to spatial blend. We need to raise that spatial blend to 3D, as you can see right there. Uncheck that, and we need to grab some door sounds on this. So if you have a door sounds, then good for you. But for me, I'm gonna grab some. Now we can put a sound stuff. Yes. Now we can go back to our door script. If my memory serves me right, we're gonna make a serialized field of auto clips. Open and close. You know, some people like do like this. Let's say if you want to make another like a audio clip variable, you have to put like another line of code of this. No, that's just not right. That's just not right. Okay. What you want to do is put a comma and then you add another variable. That way to make things easier and clean. Okay? You do that and that'll make things easier. So we can go here. Now, keep in mind that we're grabbing the game object on the door parent. So if we go here, now we have an audio source component, which means we can now grab that audio source component based on that game object. So we're going to make an if statement on this. If it's toggling, basically saying when the toggling is equal to true, when the door is opening, we want to play the door opening sound. If it's not, we can copy and paste that and put it to close sound. So this only works when the public function is being called. So that way the door closing sound will not be played automatically. So this only works when the public function is being called. By all means, interactions. So we want to go on this script right here. So we want the door opening clip, the door close clip. Yes, put it like that. So let's go run to our game. As you can see, it works, and to top it all off, it's 3D sound base. So you can hear it based on the audio's position. And that's basically how I do the door opening. Or the door interaction. Door opening. Wow, I'm so amazing. I can open doors. There you go. Now you have a basic door interactions. This all used by all things to raycast. So that's basically it for our tutorial. So from this project right here, this is gonna be like our little tutorial area where you can put another stuff in it when I make another tutorial. So yeah, if you If you find this tutorial useful, consider subscribing and liking this video. That way I'll make more videos like this. I'll see you guys at the next video. See ya. I just want to mention out that if you want to have a multiple doors, I have something that I did wrong is I only did this where you only find the door parent. But what if you have like multiple doors and you will have this symbol right here, so that means it will not find it. So what I want you to do here is put this thing to serialize field, game object, and you can just remove that, and that's all the thing you need. So and from this door parents, you want to go to their model that has a script in it. What I want you to do here is get the parent object based on that. So if you have a multiple doors, you can just drag its main parent and then drag it to the script. So now you have a multiple doors that is working. And that's all I want you guys to notice. So hope you guys notice that now. I want you guys to change this immediately. I made that by mistake, so I want you guys to change that now. So that's it.